Yes, I'm absolutely delighted. For the first time in a long while, I've actually got a player on my level. It's the Champions League winner, Paul Lambert. Lambo, how you doing? All right?
I'm alright, you?
I'm good to have you. You're looking great, by the way.
I was going to say you look fitter now than what you did when you played. It must be a secret that I need to learn that one.
By the way, can I just tell you, you were my favourite player coming through when I was a young boy at Celtic.
Are you just saying that now because you're interviewing me?
No, I swear to God, I always used to try and play like you, but for some reason I'd end up playing like Momo Salah.
You've got another name for the past as well.
Well, see, on the Champions League, you obviously had a big aura about you at Celtic because you won the Champions League. Have you got the medal about that?
Do you know what? It's all my medals at Celtic and Europe it's there. I don't know if you can see them.
Oh yes. Can you get the Champions League one out?
Is it what?
Can you get the Champions League one out?
Can I get it out?
Uh-huh.
I can get it out. Yeah, I can show you.
Yes, no problem.
I never normally do things like this. I never do things like this because I think people ask me about it all the time, and I just come in and say it's your best medal's your memory.
Right.
And I do that. And these sort of things are, for me, are materialistic things. They're no.
Wow.
So that's it there, as you probably guess what it's like that. Yeah, that's it.
Oh my God, I've got one just like that, by the way.
You've got one just like it?
The cabinet, I mean.
Oh, yeah. I took this from your house.
You've been up to my mission again. Oh, tremendous.
So I keep all the medals there, and yeah, I do that. I normally don't do it.
Have you ever watched the game back?
Do you know, I've never watched it for 90 minutes back, and I done a thing for FIFA. It was a flashback to the Champions League final. And they asked me my opinion on it and the way it went, and I saw the goals out of it and saw little bits and moments out of it. I've never actually watched the full 90 minutes. You tend not to really kind of do that. I think when you stop playing, you forget, And but I can still remember a lot of stuff about the game and the aftermath and the stuff like that. But the actual game itself, I would have to watch it to remember a lot of stuff,
Now we'll come to that in a bit, but we'll start at St Mirren as a teenager. What, you just picked up for a boys' club?
Yeah, we played with Limerick Rangers or not, believe it or not, and with a manager there, a guy called Alex Stevens, who was brilliant, and he was, believe it or not, he was a local policeman in Limerick at that time, and he ran my school team and he ran the boys' club team, and we played at our home game, and I was 13, and we played in a cup game. And I think it was Saturday after the game, he said to us, listen, St Mirren came down and would like you to come into train on a Thursday night. And at that time, we only trained on a Thursday night at that time. But you had lads from maybe Renfrewshire, from Glasgow, from the East End, from the West End, all over guys on a Thursday night. And there was myself and another lad at St Mirren at that time who got drafted in to go and train with him. And we went in the first day, and it was a Thursday night, and there was nobody there. And there was only 2 players for the first team that were there. And we were only 13 at the time. And the 2 players that night were part-time. And the 2 players was a guy, you'll definitely know one of them. The other guy I'm not sure about, one was Stevie Clark, and another one was Dougie Sumner. And no other kids turned into train because we picked the wrong night. So Stevie and Dougie took me and myself and a guy called Norrie and was another great player. And you won't remember Love Street, and it had the big spare bit at the end of the goal, one of the goals,
Right.
Before Love Street get knocked down. And they played 2v2 against us. And we didn't even touch the ball that night. But it was the following Thursday that we went in. And Ricky McFarlane was the manager. And Ricky gave us the opportunity at 13. But Ricky was only there a few weeks, and then he left. Someone played Feyenoord in the UEFA Cup, and I went to the game, and it's the first time I saw Cruyff playing that day at Love Street that night. And the return leg, the away leg, Ricky resigned after the game, I think. And then we didn't know what was happening. The third team, we didn't know. But Alec Muller came in. Martin Ferguson and Drew Jarvie came in. And we had a 3-year period virtually to impress them. Then Martin and Drew and the manager. And I'll tell you what, and I'll always say it, without these 3 guys, I wouldn't have been the player I was, or I wouldn't have been the person I was, because they were unbelievable for me growing up.
And what way, Lambert? What did they do that was so good?
They looked after us. We trained every Thursday. They got us into good habits. They got us how to play on the back foot. They got us how to move our heads. They got us how to play to the right, to the left, use our weak foot, all those sort of things. But not just that. It was off the pitch. They looked after us. They really did. They were made sure we were always all right. And we had 3 years to impress them. And so I left school, when I was about 15, 16, and they asked me to sign on a YTS system at that time, And I played in Scotland under 15s against England at Forest, and I played as a centre forward, and I done quite well. And Aston Villa wanted to sign us at that time, and Alec Muller got wind of it, and he came right up to my mum's house and said, "No, there's no way we're letting him go for." We trained him for 3 years, and then he goes to England. He said that's no good. Which, thankfully, I stayed, and then he gave me the opportunity to go and play in the first team.
Because you were fast tracked at the first team as well, weren't you? Was it 17 you started playing for the first team?
No, I made my debut when I was 15.
No way.
Yeah. And
Wikipedia doesn't go that far back, Lambo. I would have checked it.
Well, I was on the. I tell you what, I can tell you where it was. I was on the bench against Dumbarton at Bulkhead, and that was the old stadium. That shows you how long ago that was. I was 15, and I think I got the last man. It was a friendly, and then he took me to Easter Road one day, and he came right from school, and I went to Easter Road with the reserves, and I played against a guy called Ralph Callaghan, who was a great player in years gone by, and I played against him, and I got an absolute doing from him. An absolute doing. And I got taken off at half time, and Martin and Drew said to me, "How did you feel?" I went, "Didn't have a clue what I was doing right there." He went, "Don't worry, it'll be the best experience you'll ever have." And it was, 100% was. So I made my debut. I went to the first team when I was 15 at Bulkhead. Went to reserves at 15. Learned some reserve football from there. Played in. The great thing about reserve football at that time was when the first team played Celtic at, say, Parkhead, Celtic would send a strong reserve side to play St Mirren at Lovesey.
Yeah.
We played in that. We played against men. We could have played against people like Roy Aitken if he was coming back from injury, or Peter Grant, people like that. We could have played against them at that age. So I was 15 and doing well in that. And the manager and Martin and Drew must have confirmed with each other to say, "Listen, this young guy's no bad. Maybe we should have a look at him." And then at 16, the Premier League game, he put me on the bench against Motherwell. We beat 1-0, and I came on. And listen, a young kid, you play with no fear. And I turned the game. We won 2-1, and then it went from there.
How was it being a kid that age going into a first team dressing room? Because Frank McAvenny was there, wasn't he? Like
Frank, I'll tell you a funny story. Frank was he was, as I came in to Love Street. So my dressing room when I came into Love Street, it was Campbell Money, Jim Stewart, Jimmy Rooney, Peter Mackey, Brian Gallagher, Billy Abercrombie, Derek Hamilton, Frank McGarvey, Tony Fitzpatrick, Macca and Stevie Clark. They were still there. Macca and Stevie Clark were still there. And Frank was just about to leave to West Ham. And I was on the ground staff. So I was picking up the boots, and the ground staff. I was picking up the boots and going to clean them. And we were always assigned to so many, like maybe 4 players. There was 5 of us on the ground staff at that time.
Right.
And I was picking up Frank's boots. And he says, "Wee man," he said, "do you smoke?" I said, "No, Frank." He says, "Do you drink?" I went, "No." He says, "Do you go with a woman?" I went, "No." He went, "You'll never be a fucking player." He gave me a wee thing. I went, "Oh dear, dear." And then Brian Gallagher and guys like that came, and Jimmy Rooney and that came. Dougie Bell came on loan from I think Dougie came from Rangers on loan. But I'll tell you what, to learn for a hard dressing room, oh dear, oh dear. That was.
Would it be tough on you, Lambo? Huh?
They were tough in a way if things weren't done right. They were that way. But what they did, they look after us. You know, they looked after me as a player, and they looked. You were talking about a dressing room where there's no way on this earth you would get away with it now. What happened then?
Yeah.
Because of the hardness of it and the way they looked after you, you know. But would I change it? No, I would never have changed it for the world. No.
I was just going to say you cleaned Frank's boots, but just really didn't need to clean his knickers, eh?
Well, listen, God knows what was in them things, you know.
He does a cooking show with us once a week. He does a show on here once a week. What a guy he is! I love him.
Honestly, and McAvenny, St Mirren was an incredible player.
Is he brilliant?
It was an unbelievable footballer fan in that time because we were on ground staff, so we would watch them play with St Mirren anyway. Because we used to go to the games as well on a Saturday, month. So, but people like that, but Fitzpatrick, Abercrombie, Derry Hatton, they were all Neil Cooper, they were all big players, and who definitely looked after us on the pitch. That's for sure.
You've reached the 1987 Cup final, taking on Jim McLean's United. They were in the UEFA Cup final as well. Would that have been like the equivalent of St Mirren playing Celtic and Rangers now?
At that time, United were. I mean, that's another great team. You can go Negri, Harry, Sturrock, Malpass, Bradford, Billy Kirkwood. I mean, top players that were there. Kevin Gallagher was there. Ian Ferguson was there. And St Mirren at that time were a provisional club. Nobody knew how the game was going to go. And to get them, because they had the UEFA Cup final, I think, on virtually the same week as us. So they had the Cup final, and then I think they had the UEFA Cup final, and they lost two of them back to back Cup finals. So that time Dundee United were them and Aberdeen probably that time were definitely up there in the running with the Rangers and Celtic.
Was there any nerves going into the game, or were you not like that?
No, it's something you don't know. I thought I was still playing schoolboy football, you know, and then Alex Smith told me the week before the actual game itself. He said, "Listen, we were playing Rangers at Ibrox, and it was. And he told me I wasn't going to play against Rangers at Ibrox, and he said I'm going to play in the cup final." And I was okay, no problem. Whatever you think. And then he played me, and yeah, the game went well. You don't. At 17, you haven't a clue what you're in, because the older guys take the criticism if they lose. Then you'll get the praise if you win, saying, "Oh, he's a young guy and he's played well," and all these sort of things. But regarding the extent of the game, there's no way I'd have thought this is a Scottish Cup final. It's impossible at that age.
Mm-hmm. Is it true Alex Smith sent you home early because you're only 17?
I did, yeah. He did. Again, another great manager looked after us. Not they could be managers rather than like you just go and have a right good drink. You go and do what you want to do, and it's funny because some of the young kids at Switch were asking me this yesterday. What was it like being at that level? And you can get derailed when you're really young, 17. And as I said before, the great scout that picked me up said to my mum and dad when I signed, he said the big important age for him is going to be between 16 and 19. And I thought, Mum and Dad, I said, why do you think that is? Because he's going to make sacrifices. And my mum and my dad said, well, what are they? And I still use it to this day, even with the kids I work with here. You discover drink, you discover women, you discover nightclubs. Three big distractions for a young player who might get a little bit of success to go off rail, and then all of a sudden, before you know, their career's away. So you think, so I need people like Kevin Doyle and all them guys to help me to stay in that pathway of a good way. I was thankful I had a good mum and dad as well, which was important. So Alex Smith was saying, looked after us. Well, saying, "No, go home." I couldn't do it. I couldn't have done what we have and that done, dear. I've done that. We used to go out and come back out the clubs when the buzz was singing, So there's things like that. But what an upbringing St Mirren was. That was incredible.
The 3 pitfalls, I only managed 2, the drinking, the nightclubs, a face like this, you didn't get a bird, mate, do you know what I mean? You spent another 6 years at St Mirren. You seen
How
it?
many? In medicine?
You spent another 6 years at St Mirren. Tell me that.
Was it?
Uh,
Was it?
but guys like Ian Ferguson that were getting big moves. Was there no opportunity for you to leave sooner?
You know, not many people know.
Good, to be exclusive.
I went to buy a Leverkusen on trial, and when I was 21.
Wow.
Yeah, 21 I was, and I went to buy a Leverkusen, and I'll tell you who else was there. You might not mention it. Tosh McKinley was there. Tosh was over.
What a hero.
Tosh was over at the same time, and I never met Tosh before, you know. And the two of us went there.
Did he have that pinstripe suit on?
And the big massive nod that I was doing the Queen Mary, one of them. Oh, what a guy, McKinley, that's brilliant. And so I went in there, I was 21, and I went there and way with my depth. I was nowhere near ready for that. That was a totally different scenario. And Tosh and I trained for a few days. And Stepanovic was a coach, but at that time Leverkusen had Ulf Kirsten, I think Andy Thom played, Novotny played, all big players for Germany played. But I was with my depth. So I came back to St Mirren at 21. Fergie, I'm trying to think when Fergie left for Rangers. I think Fergie left for Rangers just after the cup final, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think around about that time. So Fergie would have been away. But I was really happy at St Mirren. It was just an opportunity that for somebody to ask me to go over there and train at that time.
How good was Tony Fitzpatrick? He was another guy like you in the team very young. Was he a top player?
Great player and an incredible pro, unbelievable pro. Tony, he was. If there ever was a model professional in his dressing room at that time, would have been him. Would have been him himself the way he was. I think he had respect for everybody.
And just last one I wanted to ask you about is because I've had him on my B licence and he seems like a screwball. Jimmy Bone.
Another one you wouldn't have messed with in the dressing room. You certainly wouldn't have messed with Jimmy, but I had a lot of respect for him. We had a fallout, things like that which you do at certain times, but predominantly it was always good with me that way, you know. He gave me the opportunity to go to Dundee United, and I tell you what he did do when I went to Dundee United, you know, to speak to Jim McLean, believe it or not.
Oh wow, how was that chat? Good.
And he picked me for the centenary team again. We played Scotland at Hampden. He picked me for the centenary team, Mr. McLean, and I went and played, and I had a good game. And we beat Scotland 1-0, a Scottish League selector. I played with like Hans Hillhouse and guys like that. They were Jim Bett and people like that. And we beat Scotland 1-0, and Jim McLean asked me to sign. So I travelled to Tannadice. It was a Thursday before the season, and Saturday the season was starting. And Dundee United were playing Motherwell on the Saturday, and I can't remember who St Mirren were playing. I can't remember who were playing. So we got to Tannadice, and you remember Tannadice at the stairs, didn't you? I don't know if it still has, but at the stairs you went up, and then the dressing rooms were on your right hand side.
That's right, yeah, it's still there.
So it's still there. So I went up with it, and I pressed the door bell, and nobody answered it, you know. And I thought, I've done it again. I thought, I'm not sure this is for me. Before I even went out and talked to him, you know. And I was just doing myself, just running myself. So I went and speak to him. He was good as gold, Mr. McLean. I was in his room and waiting. And then he came in. He said, "Hi Paul, he said, how are you doing?" He said, "Listen, I'd like you joined Dundee United." He says, "They're the deal. I'm back, they're the deal. And you've got a day to decide." And I went, "All right, I'll let you know tomorrow." So I travelled back down to Renfrewshire. And I got to St Mirren on the Friday. I goes back to my dad. My dad said, "What do you think?" I went, "I don't know, Dan. I'm undecided what to do." He went, "Go with your gut feeling." So I went, "Right, okay." So I made up my mind I'm going to go and sign. So get the suit and that on. But I got to St Mirren on the Friday morning. And Jimmy's the manager. And Jimmy said, "Have you decided?" And I went, "Aye." And he went, "What are you going to do?" And I went, "I don't know." And he looked at me bizarrely and I went, he said, "You don't know? I thought you decided." I said, I'm so unsure." He said, "No, you do. Get in the track, put your training clothes on, get in the track and walk round." And Lofty that time had a big track round it. He said, take a lap round it, walk round it and come back in and tell me your answer." And I went, "Aye, I'll do that." Walked in Love Street, took my time, came back in. He said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm not going, I'm staying." And I stayed at St Mirren, and about 3 weeks later I joined Motherwell with his brother, Tommy. That's exactly what happened.
So why? What made you decide to stay? What made you not go to Dundee United?
Gut feeling.
Was it?
Gut feeling. Aye.
A brave decision to make, innit? For like how big United were at the time.
Yeah. Oh, aye. If you look at it that way, yeah, 100%. But that's exactly what happens. My dad actually just go your gut feeling, and Jimmy says, listen, take a walk at the track, come back and tell me.
How did Jim McLean take that news?
I'm not sure he'd been over the moon with it. You know, I'm not too sure, but it was a decision that, from my own side, proved to be a good decision.
Why Motherwell then? I think they were third in the league that year. Is that right?
They were playing great.
Yeah.
At that time, they started the season with a house on fire, and Jimmy wanted, I think, Jim Gardner. So I went to Motherwell, met Tommy, and Tommy said, listen, we'd like you to sign, but the only way the deal will happen is Jim signs for St Mirren. And I went, okay, well, let's see what happens. So we agreed everything to say, okay, I'll come if Jim Gardner joins St Mirren. Jim joined St Mirren. Again, if Jim never signed for St Mirren, I wouldn't have went, my career wouldn't have went the way it did. Yeah. So Jim signs for St Mirren. I signed Motherwell and played Hearts at Fir Park. And we beat Hearts, but I knew Motherwell started the season really well. But Tommy put me in, and I played beside Phil O'Donnell, God bless him, and Jamie Dolan at that time. And the team virtually picked itself that whole season, virtually all the way through. And I'll tell you what, Sam, what a really, really good side they were. Really good side. And I love playing under Tommy Clean. It was taskmaster the way he worked, but a good manager.
I wanted to ask you this. See, as a young kid, I watched a game you played last week. It was stopping the 10 in a row. And see, every time you got the ball, you passed it forward. Was that ingrained in you as a kid?
When I went to Dortmund, my whole game changed. My whole scenario changed. The whole persona of me changed when I went to Borussia Dortmund. That they turned me into the player I was. That when I was playing in Scotland, you're floating, you know, you're just hovering around and trying to make a living or a career out of football. That's where I tried to go when I was with St Mirren and Motherwell. And these two clubs gave me a great ground. And was ever going to hit the heights? No.
Why no? Due to coaching, Paul?
No, because I think you need luck in certain times. You need to play well, consistently well. The best players always play consistent. The kid on ones will play 3 games that are okay and no good the next. The ones that do week in, week out, and then you have to go to big clubs to win. You know, at Celtic, you cannot draw at Celtic. It's impossible. You have to win, no matter who you're playing. And if you can't handle that as a player, then forget it. Don't sign for Celtic. Make sure you handle the crowd and you handle the expectation of winning stuff. No disrespect to Motherwell and St Mirren, they were never going to be the top end of winning titles all the time. So I needed a move like Borussia Dortmund to happen for me. Whether I was thought, you know what? Yeah, I've arrived at the top. Yeah.
I felt like you were staring at me there when you said the kid on ones. Don't know if I'm just being. Alex McLeish came in. How was he? Was he a top coach?
He was good. The first year he was really good. As I say, the team picked itself, and I think he made a really good decision to let the team just go again. We finished third under Tommy, and that year with Tommy, we were virtually neck and neck with Rangers all the way. We beat Rangers home and away, and we were at midweek against Dundee United, and I think they were at Easter Road. There was nothing in it, and Dundee United beat us. I think they beat us 1-0. I think Big C Dykster made a mistake. Big C was brilliant the whole season as well, and that game deflated us, and then Rangers went away to win the title. The team was really strong at that time. That following summer, nobody really left. And Alec came in, never touched the team and just rolled. It rolled again and rolled again. And then we finished second to Rangers at that time. Celtic were at Hampden and we're finding it hard. I think at Hampden at that time couldn't really get a grip of it. And then we finished second. Rangers won it again. But the actual time at that time, we never touched it. In my last year, under him, we had a foul. It was my fault. It should never have happened.
What happened?
We were training one day, and something happened on the training pitch, and I done more, and I just told me F off. Which you should never have done or something like that, and kicked the ball away, and with a kind of spark with that, and that should never have happened because that was my fault. And looking back, that's what happens in football. You know, it's a strange game at times, you know. But now when I'm eating that, we're going really well, you know. So there's no problem. I took Motherwell on and then obviously I left in my last year. Yeah.
Just coming towards the end, did you know that you had to make a move to kind of take that next step?
Do you know what? In my last year, I wasn't really getting offered anything Motherwell anyway, you know. And Brad McKinnon, who's another great player, Brad joined 20 Enschede in that summer after the third year. And Brad phoned me up one day and he said, "How are you getting on?" I said, we're on holiday, wait and see what happens. And I said, "How is it over there?" He said, "Well, we'll start in a couple of weeks, but everybody seems really good. Playing the Holland." I went, "Oh, great." And he said, "Listen," he said, "an agent wants to give you a call." I went, "Who is it?" He said, I never had an agent at that time. I didn't really bother, you know. And he said, "A guy called, God rest him as well, a guy called Dortmund, Dutch guy."
Right.
He said he wants to give you a call. I said, "I will tell me, give me a call." And I went, okay." So this Dutch guy phones you. You know, I've never met the guy. This could be anybody calling me. And the guy phones me and he says, "Paul, it's Dortmund." I went, "Yeah." He said, "Rob says you're out of contract and what do you want to do?" I went, "Well, I don't really know. I've not really got anything anyway." He said, "Listen, if you give me 10 days, I'll phone you. I'll get back to you." And I said, "Okay." So I put the phone to the thing. I'm never going to hear from this guy again, you know. So anyway, sure enough, 10th day, and I would say about 3 days later, Motherwell were going to start pre-season. 10th day comes, guy phones. He said, "Paul," he said, "what are you doing at the minute?" I said, "Well, nothing really." He said, "Can you book a flight to Amsterdam and then come to Enschede and I'll pick you up and I'll tell you what teams I've got for you, but you need to go and trial." And I went, "Okay, give it a go. We've nothing here anyway, so let's pack the bag." Anyway, so I packed the bag, took enough money to I said, "How long coming over for?" He went, "Listen, it might be a week." I said, "Right, okay." So I thought, okay, Motherwell are going to ask where I am, but I'm using the Bosman rule. I think at that time, Simon Marcel and John Collins and Brad McKinnon were maybe the round about that year, the first to use the Bosman rule at that time. And so I packed a bag, never told Motherwell what was happening. Gets to Amsterdam, and then Ton phones me and says, "Listen, jump in a small plane to Enschede, you know." So I went, "Enschede?"
You paying for this out your own pocket?
Aye, right. So I had nothing anyway, so I had to go and do it, you know.
Right.
So jumps the plane, I goes in I'll never forget this. I go on this runway and I look at this. I swear to God, it's a tiny, about 2-seater plane, you know. I went, Jesus Christ. I see the air stewardess pulling the door up with 2 bootlaces. Oh, this thing doesn't seem the best, you know. Anyway, thank God, it's about a 20-minute flight to Enschede. I've never met this guy. You know, he said, "I'll meet you at the airport." So I guess, flies to Enschede. This guy standing there with cigarettes, smoking away. He waves over. He knew who I was. He said, "Paul," he said, I'm Tony Van Dalen." He says, "Jump in the car and I'll take you to your first team." And I went, "Can you tell me where I'm going?" He went, "Aye, you're going to go and train with PS at Eindhoven."
Wow.
And I went, "Exactly." I just went, "Jeez." I said, "I must be kidding myself on here. How am I going to play in this level?" Anyway, I go to PS Eindhoven, they're in a training camp in Holland. And believe it or not, Dick Advocat is the manager. And so I go there, train with them for a week, and I play 2 games. But Dick Advocat plays me right winger, and I actually scored 2, believe it or not, in 2 games. I scored 2 in 2 games. And at that time, PS Eindhoven had Luke Nealis, Philip Colcourt, I think Arthur Newman played.
Wow.
Vim Young. They had a really strong side. And me, Dick comes to me at the end of the week, said, "Paul, listen," he said, "I know you're going somewhere else." He says, but I'm looking for a winger who's really quick. And when he came to Rangers and he brought in Chelsea's and all that, I knew he wanted to be the type of winger. I said, listen, no problem. I said, I'm not a winger. He went, no, I know you're a centre midfielder. So he went, listen, good luck to wherever you go. So he jumped in the car with Ton, and I said, you don't mind me asking? I said, where are we going now? He went, I'm going to take you to Dortmund. And I went, obviously. So a 2-hour drive, right? And all Ton does in that car is smoke, right? Smoke for 2 hours. Every time his phone goes, it's Alex Ferguson, it's getting Souness, it's getting the Leeds, it's all big hitters, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I'm out my depth here. Anyway, I'm doing my last, I don't know, 5 Deutsch marks at the time, you know. I've not got a penny. And so we go to Dortmund, and I knew the club because I played against them in Motherwell. And I knew the size of the club, I knew the fan base I had. And it's funny because I remember saying to Billy Davis in the warm down after the Dortmund game in Dortmund, I said, Billy, can you imagine playing this every week? He went, incredible. Never thought nothing of it.
Did you do well against them when you played the game?
I played well against them, and especially over there, I played well against them. So went up there, went to Dortmund, and arrived at the stadium. And we go to meet the general manager, a guy called Michael Meyer, his name was, you know. So him and Ton, swear to God, like you and I'm sitting next to her, talk fluent German, and Mr. Meyer turns around and says, Paul, if you sign, that's the contract, that's it done, contract's done. If you don't sign, then thanks very much. So I said, listen, I said, okay. I said, there's one problem. I said, I've got no money here. I've got about $5. I was meant to leave. I was meant to leave a day ago to get back to Scotland because Motherwell, my one team, away pre-season. But this time, Motherwell, Big Ali, phoned Billy Davis to say where I was. And I said to Billy, tell him I'm sick, I'm not well, I'm in the house, not well. So I was lying through my teeth, absolutely lying through my teeth where I was.
Right.
So I was honestly, it was absolutely. When I think back on it, I think it's absolutely shocking what I've done. But I actually said to Billy, listen, and Big Ali had phoned and he says to the missus, he says, where is he? She went, he's in bed, he's not well. He said, we'll send a doctor in. And I said, no, don't open the door. This is true. I'm heading up to Dortmund today to see if I can get a trial. So I'm in Dortmund. I said, Mr. Mark, I don't have any money. He said, right, here's the deal. He said, your contract's done if you sign. That's there. He said, well, what I'll do is I'll give you 200 Deutsch marks. If you sign, you give me a bag. If you don't, you keep it. I went, all right. Bear in mind, I packed a bag that would have held a pair of shoes and a top. Nothing there. So I said, where am I going? He went, don't worry about it. The team are not here at the minute. You need to go with this guy will drive you to a place called Lubeck. So I was like, right, okay. So Ton says, listen, Paul, I'm away back to Holland. The guy will take you. You make the team and the rest is up to you. So I said, okay. Anyway, and I can laugh to this day because I know him well, really do. So this guy came and he was about, Walter Massey's name was, and Walter was about 3'6", you know, just grey hair like that, you know, around the sides and the back. Hardly any English. I've got no German, he's got no English. Pulls on this lovely big Mercedes, you know. So I'm sitting in the front seat, he's in the right driving. I went back to him, how am I going to communicate? So I went like that, broken English, I went, kind of pointing the watch, you know, how long? Driving sort of thing, you know. He looked at me and he went, 4. 40 minutes, you know. No. 4 hours. He went, don't worry, I do it in 2. Well, anyway, get in the car, this guy, swear to God, it was the quickest drive I've ever seen it. The whites of my knuckles like that, because I was holding onto the thing, you know. This wee guy's tiny, you know, you just don't know the steering wheel. Oh, Jesus Christ, automatically, just going like that. Anyway, gets to Lubeck. The next thing I see a plane coming in. I've just looked over the airport and there's thousands and thousands of Dortmund fans. And this time I'm out my depth here, absolutely my depth. There's no way I should be here. Anyway, Walter drives the car onto the runway, And he said, they still introduce you to Otmar and Michael Henke, and then you can anyway. The team bus is on the track on the runway. Otmar and that came out, introduced myself a lot. He said, "Just take a seat in the bus," you know. So I went on the bus. When I looked on the bus, and Joachim Kohler, Stefan Reuter, Andy Muller, they're all there. So I started sitting in a seat, and they said, "Nah, you can't sit there."
No way.
Aye. I went, "All right, sorry, go. Better sit beside somebody else." "Nah, this is somebody else's seat, you can't sit there." All that. Go with somebody else. I went, "No." And believe it or not, Stefan Claus went like that. Said, "Listen, there's one free next to me." So anyway, I goes up and sit beside Stefan. I'm thinking, I don't know any German here. This guy might not know any English. No idea here. Anyway, we go to the tournament. We go to the hotel, and then we go right to the tournament that afternoon. And we played Lubeck for 45 minutes, but all my plays made in centre midfield. So have a good game. We beat Lubeck in a good game. And our second game is against Hamburg, 45 minutes. It's a mini tournament, you know.
Yeah.
The crowd's buzzing, there's thousands there, and I mean, but I did well in the game, you know. And I was in the dressing room after, and everybody says, "Well done," sort of thing, you know. And I seen at the corner of my eye, Stefan Reuter saying, "Otmar Hitzfeld, very good," sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
I thought, maybe I've never done all right. We go back up to Dortmund with the team, and there's another tournament to play. And the 4 teams in the tournament was Dortmund, Bayern, Mönchengladbach, and Schalke. So we played Schalke in the semi-final. Mönchengladbach would play Bayern, and the 2 winners would play together. And 3rd and 4th would play together.
Right.
So I didn't know anything about Schalke. I didn't know the size of the club or anything. So they asked me to stay on again for this tournament, and I went, okay, another couple of games, not going to make any difference. But this time Motherwell probably washed their hands of me, you know. So I thought, if this doesn't work, I'm going back, tail between the legs, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to do something. So anyway, aye. So there was nothing there. So I goes back. I plays against Schalke. Play Schalke, and what it was, it's called the Fuji Cup at that time. And what it was the 4 teams in the top division the previous year: Bayern, Dortmund, Schalke, and Gladbach. Dortmund were the champions, and we played Schalke. And I forget, and I went, walked out in the pitch, and I said, pre-season, I saw 30,000 people here. It was half blue and white and half yellow and black. I thought, what the hell is this? And then they all said, listen, it's a derby game, we can't lose. I thought it was offended, you know. Anyway, we lose 3-1, but I play alright, I play quite well. We lose 3-1, Schalke go and play Bayern. In the final, we played Gladbach. And I played against Gladbach for the 3rd and 4th. I think we beat them 2-0. And then the season was starting on the following Saturday. So I did alright. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I trained with the Dortmund team. And then Thursday, Otmar says, "But we want you to sit, and we know your contract's agreed. We want you to stay." And then that was it. Away I went. And then my debut for the team was on the Saturday against Leverkusen. And that's how the move happened.
Oh my God, man. Taking that risk.
Aye, absolutely. Do you know what? You could have took a 10 pence and threw it up in the air and went, "Is this going to work or no?" Because I knew if that didn't work, I was coming back and thinking, where the hell am I going to go? Because Mother would have, there was no way I was going back in Mother. Couldn't could I done what I've done. So I could have been doing what you're doing now if I didn't watch on the day.
No, believe me, you couldn't have done better. There's no way you'd be sitting here. See, in the trial game, sorry, what you saying?
Yeah, but that's how the move actually happened. That's how it happened. I took a risk. You're right. I took a risk.
See, during the trial games, because most of the players had just won €96, hadn't they?
Yeah. I was honestly saying, I mean, on that bus, I thought, dear, this is big time. And it wasn't until I back to the training ground. Because Dortmund just signed Paolo for Juventus.
Is that Paulo Sousa?
Aye, they just signed Paolo, and Matthias wasn't there. Matthias was because obviously we won Euro 96, so only some of the Euro 96 lads played in that tournament. The other lads stayed, they got extra time off, I think. So Stefan Reuter and Andy Muller did play. I think Jurgen and Calla Riedler they were away back, they were coming. So I hadn't met them yet. So I knew, geez, I'm going to a dressing room here that's full of guys that have won everything in the highest game. And I can guarantee you when people went, oh, who's this guy, small guy from Scotland, and see what he's got, let's see what he's got. And then it just happened for there. But the game that actually made me feel part of them. We played against Leverkusen on Saturday, and we were getting beat 2-0. And Omar said to me on Saturday, he said, listen, he said, pick up a guy called Paulo Sergio. He said, he's number 10 Brazilian guy, you know. This guy was, I'm not playing against this type of player before. The guy was unbelievably quick feet. He jumped, he swayed. I was like, gee, where's he coming from? So I scored just before half time to make it 2-1. I get to half time, I say to Andy Moss, Andy, what's right and what's left? What's man on? I don't know the language here. Guys are coming for it. Was red arrows that come from everywhere, you know. So anyway, we could beat 4-2. We were playing for Fortuna Düsseldorf on Tuesday. And Omar said to me on the Monday, he said, if Paolo's alright with his knee, Paul, I'm going to play him, but I'm really happy with how you've done against Leverkusen, but you're going to bench against Düsseldorf. I went, okay, no problem. I'm here to learn. Anyway, and anyway, morning of the game, Paolo tries a fitness test and he's no fit. So Omar said, we said, Paul, you play again. And one of the games, I swear to God, I could shut my eyes and the ball was going everywhere. It was right. I set up 2 goals. The passing was good, everything was good. And one of the games where it was unbelievable. So I looked, Paolo on the bench that night, and on the bench that night was Riedler and Sousa. That was the two. So Omar was making a double substitution. And I turned over and I went, oh, it must be me. You know, it's going to go off. So I started to walk over and I looked at the ball and I went, oh Christ, it's not me, it's somebody else. I mean, that's it, I'm not looking at this team. And I swear to God, and I thought, nah, see if I'm going to come at this team, somebody's going to have to really put me down, you know. And then the whole thing just went, it switched, and I thought, I ain't coming out this side. And that's the way my career went. From there on in, that's exactly how it went. And I saw you two coming off the bench, and I thought, gee, it's not me. And then I became one of them, yeah.
Was it easier playing with the good players, Lambert, than it was playing with Motherwell and St Mirren?
Oh,
was it harder?
Oh, it was. Great players make the game look easy. It's they were unbelievably strong at the back. Yeah, they were incredibly strong. Midfield was great. Myself, Paul and Andy was really strong, really good. They were all simple. It was all simple. It was all 1 touch, 2 touch. They'd speed on the wide areas, and they had 2 strikers up there that were on fire. Muller in behind was the best player I played behind him on. Yeah, so they were that. It was that easy to play. But I'll tell you what, it was training. We played Man United in the semi, and Martin Ferguson phoned me up the morning of the game. He said, "Paul, I'm over. I'll see you." He's Sir Alex's brother.
Oh yeah.
And I knew Martin obviously my time at St Mirren, and he said, "Would you mind if I can watch training with Sir Bobby Charlton on the morning of the game?" So I said to Mr. Hitchfield, I said, trainer, I said, can a friend of mine come watch training? He said, Paul, no problem. He said, we don't do nothing in the morning of the game anyway. We just 5v2, but passing finished. So Man United had beaten Porto the previous round. We drawn Man United at home first leg, and Martin came to training, and he went back to Sir Alex. Martin told me, I said to Sir Alex, I said, what were they like, the Dortmund team? He went, I'll tell you what, might know he's trying to go to Portuguese team, but my God, you've got a fight in your hands here, because I just watched him do 5v2s. There was no fun. It was like boom, always bang aggressive, no messing around. It was always proper, and that's the way they trained. They trained like that. They never messed around.
See, just on Hitchfield, like, he's such a big presence, isn't he? Is he a baller and shouter, or is it quite calm and collected?
No, calm. Otmar was always. We lost a cup game against Rock Vice Essen, they were called, my first year there, and we get beat. And I was on the bench. It was before the actual German Cup. I was on the bench, and they put me on in extra time. We get beat 4-3, and I thought, he's going to come in and go crazy here. And he said, okay, see you tomorrow, lads. And I thought, wow, it's my first time here. What is going on? Then he said he's back on the Sunday because the emotion is too high, and players didn't want to hear maybe somebody going off their head. And that's the first time I've ever encountered that way of management, because I was always used to the Scottish and British way, where he changed it. But he was a really, really clever guy, really clever. And to this day, I still kind of speak to him, you know.
Was there anyone there that kind of changed your game a wee bit, like gave you good advice, or did you just go and play the same way you'd played at St Mirren and Motherwell?
No, I had to change. No, I became more defensive with that, because at that time German football was played by number 10s. So I would play against people like Thomas Hassler, Mehmet Scholl. I played against Hadji at Galatasaray. I played against Rivaldo with Brazil. I knew the role I was getting fit into. Balakov at Stuttgart. These guys were all Darius Wash at Bochum, all number 10s, but who were small. But similar to Lidl, these type of players, similar to Maracek, with 2 feet and could glide and all these sort of things. You tend to find with these guys is if the ball's in that end of the pitch, they drift off your shoulder, find space, and then they go and do the damage. So my job was with Zidane, for example, people like that.
Amazing.
So my job was when was always to be the safety valve with what's happening in front of me, that I could cover it, I could read it really, really well. So there's no way I could have went there and played the same as what I did with St Mirren. So Otmar taught me that in the discipline role, how to do that. And plus, you're asking, you learn from great players. I've done the same. I learned a lot from them.
What did you use the old Scottish mentality when you're playing that role of kick them early doors, or was it? Did you need to be more clever in that?
No, what I did find with the team that I played with that time, as I said to the players that I played with, I thought, I'm going to have to play what's to bang on my game here, my A game every week to stay on this side, because Stephen Ferry might come in, or whoever's Mike comes on, whatever. They come in, and then I'll find it hard to go back inside. Yeah. So, but what it happened was, the way the season was going for me, I made sure I became integral to it, and I made sure I'm going to read everything and I'll protect everything that's behind the front guys with Andy and that, and that's how it kind of worked. So, no, I played hard, without a doubt. I played hard, but also I knew we had to win. And you're talking about winning. I didn't want to be where you're just winning games, but you've got nothing to show for it. You might do well in the league, say I'll finish second, I'll finish third, but that's a lot of bollocks, that, you know. It's a lot of rubbish. You've got to win. You've got to win.
Anyway, this is amazing. I'm buzzing. Was there a wow moment, like excluding the Champions League actual final? Was there a game or a moment that you thought, I've made it as a football player?
There's been great. I'm really fortunate how moments happened. That I played against Bayern. My first game against Bayern. There's been great moments. The game against Schalke, my first derby game away, we beat them 3-1. And I never knew the significance of how big the game was. We played the old Gelsenkirchen. And we went there, and my God, one stand was like a stand that was seating. Everybody else was standing, you know. And I thought there must have been 90,000 down there. And it was a roasting hot day, you know. And Schalke came down in an escalator, and we came out like that. So we would join each other, and then we came down like that. So we joined each other, and the hatred was there. And the referee stopped us figuring out. And I thought, why is he stopping? And I played against a guy called Nemec. He's a Czechoslovakian guy, a really good player. And went out, and I couldn't see anything. Where's that fault came from? You know, it was roasting that when we were in his warm up. But what was happening was Dortmund were burning Schalke with white jerseys, and Schalke were burning yellow and black, and the smoke just met in the middle, so we couldn't go out. And I thought, this is big. Anyway, we beat them 3-1. I thought, oh, brilliant, great. So the bus is getting pelted with bricks and all that as we were leaving Schalke Stadium and things like that. So I thought, this is really good. But we went to play Bayern not long after at the Olympic Stadium. Again, massive game. And the ball was bouncing in the air. I'll never forget, it was on the touchline. And I was running to collect it, and I could hear obviously somebody behind me. So I thought, I need to try something here because I know somebody's coming. So I went back in myself and took the turn and went away. But both of my case went like that at me, bang, like that, on the sideline. But I fell like that, flat, like on my face. And we got a foul for it. And to be fair, he came up and then he gave me a shirt after the game. We changed the shirts in the game. It's that kind of moment where maybe I'd done him a bit of skill. He was one of the great legendary German players at that time. So I don't know. There's been listen. When you play for Borussia Dortmund, I think every game's like a wow moment. The crowd.
You love that Cruyff turn, didn't you?
Yeah, but the one with the when I beat Hamlet, it was bouncing. I kind of flicked it back inside, and he came and done his way, you know. I mean, you play with Borussia Dortmund. The whole club's a wild thing. It's a wild moment to play in front of they call it the yellow wall now, but we were there. It was a South Tribune, which is a massive thing. And since then, I've actually went and stood in the South Tribune. I wanted to sample it, what it was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What game was that for?
I went to watch Dortmund play. I went to watch Dortmund train for about 10 days, and Jurgen was the manager. So I knew Jurgen anyway. And I went over, watched 2 games, and I phoned the club over for tickets, and asked could I come watch training. I went to watch him training, and I said to the secretary, I said, Astra, I said, I'm coming over the game. She said, right, okay, no problem, Paul. VIP and all that sort of thing. I went, no, I don't mind the VIP for eating and all that's great, but I want to go in the yellow wall. She went, sure. I went, yeah, what going? So I had my hat in that one and glass in that one. Went in and watched the game. And I was speaking to Marco Royce before it, and I said, do long Saturday, and he went, if you actually come and watch, you actually stand in the yellow wall and watch you play and all that. I went, oh great. I said, well, funny, I said, I'm coming out to watch you play now. So let's see what it's like. You couldn't move. You couldn't physically. It was unbelievable. It's brilliant. If you ever get time, go into that.
Do any fans recognise you?
You do, yeah, you do. You never. I mean, I still play with Dortmund Legends. They asked me to go and play in Dortmund Legends games, and we played Liverpool in Hong Kong. We played Liverpool at Dortmund. So, the team I played with, got to remember, was a special era, you know.
Oh, that's amazing. I don't want to lower the tone, but well, I always ask about nights out in here. Like, see over there with the big players, after big wins and that, would it be the same as over here? Would you just go out and enjoy yourself? Did you ever have the Lederhosen on?
Lederhosen, Munich. So that's no Dortmund area.
Is that Munich? Sorry, mate.
That's Bavaria. So when we won the Champions League, we won the Champions League and we had a party that night, and everybody was away. We had one more game left on the Saturday against Cologne, and so anyway, we flew back to Germany, or to Dortmund at the time, and there was this kind of big HGV kind of truck where you see the motorways, you know, these big truck things, you know.
Yeah.
But they decorated it in black and yellow and took the sides and that off, and it was balloons and all that. I was a year ago, I was in Motherwell going, oh, what?
In the mega bar.
Well, what the hell is going here? So we get to this truck, and they don't know what's happening. And the player says, we can see this. So we get in there, and the other lads are in it. And we step on the truck, and they've got the big beer kegs, you know.
Yeah. And
waiters and all that, and waitresses on the truck, and the music's going. And we just come in this corner, and then it's like, bang, a massive thousands and thousands of yellow and black. I mean, oh, jeez, oh, look at this here. Anyway, and all you hear the music, everybody was hanging from the street lamps, the windows, the trees. And I thought, oh my God, I'm right. And then the lads turned and said, wait till we get into the city centre. And I thought, geez, well. Anyway, lads are getting tanked up, absolutely hammered. They were the Germans, you know. They made us all a game. I switched on the Thursday, a game on Saturday. And the lads are just had a really good time. And it was the first time I thought to myself, I never really drank, you know, until I went there and I saw them. I thought, what the hell, they're doing something right. I'm going to try this. This is right, you know. And ended up having a few cigarettes and all that, was something I would never have done. When I saw them doing it, I thought, listen, they've won World Cups and Serie A's and Bundesliga. I've won bugger on, but I'm going to try this here, you know. So anyway, started that, and went to the city centre, and oh my God, you couldn't move. It was incredible. It took about 8 hours to get there, and they made a stage for us on the city centre, and the lads went out and lifted the cup one by one, and Stefan Freund was brilliant. Stefan had a bandana and the sunglasses on, and I don't think you could see 2 feet in front of him, you know. So
that's a good Dortmund, wasn't it?
What's that? Yeah. Stefan. So we were having a night again, the Thursday night. We went for something to eat, and then went to a club after it, and had a really good time in there. So we trained on the Friday, and Otmar said, Paul, are you all right to play on the Saturday? I said, I'm all right, I'm fine. He said, the little lads are a bit worse for wear still, so I went, it's all right, I'll play. So we played Cologne, so the party time, the fans were thousands, and the yellow and black, the Champions League trophy was coming down in a helicopter. So they were on the helicopter. We went out early before the warm-up and put the Champions League trophy on the penalty spot in front of the yellow wall, as you call it.
Wow.
And then we all joined hands, and then we took the adulation of the crowd, and it was just a big party from there. And it was just, some of the guys never played because
they were too low.
Aye, without a doubt. But we still won. We still won two. We won 2-1 that time. But great times.
Sensational. Let's talk about it then. Man United. We'll go to the semi-final. Man United. Was it more attention on you because of the Scottish background? Did you speak to Alex Ferguson? I know you said you spoke to his brother, but
yeah. No, I'll tell you what. And this is. Do you know? I've heard so many things. Man United were unlucky. Man United were this. And I knew Man United as a team. I knew Roy and all that played for it and all that. Dortmund was another level because the players that Euro 96, Serie A titles, World Cup titles, these guys were full of big game players. These guys didn't bother with Man United or whoever. These guys were normal, and I became that mentality of, for me, Man United, okay, let's see what happens. I knew if Man United had to come to Dortmund, they had to play unbelievably well, and for us to have a nightmare to beat us. We lost with 3 defenders that night. They never played. I think Otmar played Stefan in centre. Stefan Reuter was the right wing back. I think Stefan played centre half. Martin Cree played, and some, I can't remember who else played. Wolfgang Feiersinger, I think. Wasn't he 3 regulars? Kohler, Cesar and Sammer. That wasn't the back lads. And United lose. I think they might have lost Michael in the warm up. Yeah, they did. I mean, we scored about 12 minutes to go. United hit the post and all these sort of things. And do you know when we beat them 1-0? Right in the dressing room after it, lads were really happy. I said, if we score at Old Trafford, the game's finished. That's exactly what he says. Score at Old Trafford, the game's finished. And Roy was suspended, and I got on really well with Roy. And Roy was suspended, we beat, and then Lars Ricken scores after 8 minutes Old Trafford. See, then, I knew that was finished. There was no way United were scoring 3 against us. Never in a million years. There wouldn't even be a team score 3 against us. And that was the mentality. It was, okay, Man United, it's no problem. So I just came there thinking, I'm one of them. I'm no British type player. I don't make you think British to what it is. I knew exactly the German mindset. Whereas other people think, oh, Man United's great. That's Man United for us was another team.
Just another game.
Aye, yeah.
It must have been mad to that final whistle goes, as you say, 12 months ago. You had what, £5 to your name, and now you're going to be in the Champions League final. Was it a pure surreal moment?
When we beat them at that time, or the semi-final at Old Trafford, it kind of kicked in, and the Scotland thing that was going for me as well. That was so. I think after the game I came up to Scotland. I think we did an international as well after that, and we just prepared for every game as what we did for the Champions League final. It was the exact same thing. We trained in the morning of the game at the Olympic Stadium. The only thing Otmar said to me was Paul, if you get the ball, we played Hamburg on the Saturday and the Champions League was on the Wednesday, and Otmar came to me, pretty similar to what Alex Smith done. Paul, we're not going to play in this game against Hamburg. The final is really important. So I went, okay, no problem. We played Hamburg. They beat us 2-0 on the Saturday. And to be fair, the Hamburg, the stadium announcer says good luck to Borussia Dortmund on Wednesday against Juventus Turin, and the Hamburg crowd gave us a good reception, which was nice, you know. Yeah. So we, and then in preparation for the game, we flew to Munich the day before the game, went and played at Munich the night before the game, and Otmar came up and said, no, we 5-2, we game to finish with, lads knew the team. He said, if you get the ball tomorrow, look at the back post. He said, I'm not convinced they're strong at the back post. And that stuck in my head. And when the corner came in and Percy got a hand to it, and then I don't know, Giuliano maybe headed it. My first thought was to try and shove this back into the box. And lucky enough, the connection was quite quite good with the connection. And Cala scored an unbelievable goal. You know.
Did Hitchfield actually say to you, "I want you to mark Zidane"?
Yeah, because that was always whoever our team had an offensive player was myself and Paolo would change, whatever the offensive one would go. And what actually happened in the game that night is Zidane, is Deschamps, and
That beat is it?
no, Jukovic played up front, but played midfield. Delevy was on one side, Jukovic, Zidane, and Deschamps, and Christian Ferry, and Alan Bosic was up front because Del Piero was on the bench.
Wow.
And I saw Zidane lining up, and me and Paolo went, "No, we have to change." So Paolo, me and him changed, and I knew, again, what I said to you before, if I knew we were attacking, the biggest threat would be Zidane going to find space somewhere. So I had to think, like, where is he here? I need to watch where he's going and what he's doing. And what I never realised about him tall he was about 6'3" or something like that. And I thought, my God, this guy's big. But you go either way because he's too super brilliant, you know. Believe it or not, I actually met him. I went to watch Real Madrid train, and I got introduced to him. And Carlo Ancelotti was the manager of Real Madrid, and went over, and Paul Clement introduced me to him, and he knew right away. He went, the Dortmund game, he couldn't believe that they lost, because Juventus at that time were a hell of a side, you know. At that time, you know.
Were you a better team on the day, though?
I think what happened is they came in massive favourites. We deserved to win the game, in my opinion. They started the game really well. I remember that. And then as soon as we got the first goal and the second goal, it started to turn. And then, again, they had to be a hell of a side, which they weren't, to try and score 3 against us. But when they got the goal, we thought, oh no. Del Piero does a wee flip with his left foot. And then Lars comes on, and first touch of the ball makes a lob. And then I knew then, when that third goal was in, I knew it was finished, because you could see their faces just dropped, you know. And that's when I knew we'd got it.
Yeah. Please tell me you text Frank McAvenny after that game.
No, after the game, you get so many nice, well done and things like that, and that's exactly the way the game kind of went. It was just an incredible moment, you know.
By the way, that wee section there, that's my favourite part of ever doing these interviews. Right, so why did you leave Borussia Dortmund then?
I had the chance to sign for Juventus. Yeah, I had the chance. An agent phoned me and asked would I be interested in signing, because I think Didier Deschamps was leaving, and because of the game I kind of had, maybe they thought, well, maybe we can look at this. And an agent phoned us and said would I be interested, and I said no. I said I'm really happy. Dortmund, I don't need to move. Otmar had left. Otmar had up the stairs. And a coach came in called Neville Scala. And Neville Scala was a brilliant guy. He had a great Parma team with Cannavaro, Benarivo, Dino Baggio, Crespo, Zola. Neville had Thuram, all of them guys. But Neville came to Dortmund, and I wanted to stay there because of the way the club was and the adulation that everybody had. And then my son took no well, and he had a thing called febrile convulsions. And at first I never heard of this thing, you know. And I thought he took a fit. I think we were in Glasgow. Actually, He took a fit. No, he wasn't. We were in the house, and he was only a kid at the time, and he wasn't breathing that great. And I thought, what's going on here? Anyway, we picked him up, and he was unconscious, and he was like, head was floppy and all these sort of things. I was like, wow, what's going on here? Anyway, the ambulance came, took him out. And then what it is basically, a baby can't really control their temperature. So it gets too high, they'll go unconscious. When I first seen that, I thought, oh, he's a goner. And this happened time and time again. And I thought, geez, I'm always away playing football, and how's he going to cope? What's going to happen? And we took a few on Germany, and then took a few in Glasgow. We're in the trying to think of the shop. We're in River Island, one of the River Island shows. All it was, and he took a fit, and we put him on the counter. And this guy come up, she does my first aid or sort of thing. She'd put him on his side, not these sort of things. And at that time, I thought, this is. And went to the hospital. I said, how long is this going to last for? She said, well, it could last till he's 5, until he starts to control his temperature. And I went, can't take the chance here. So we just, and Celtic came in, and believe it or not, Vim Janssen, I played for Scotland up in Belarus, and because Hamden was getting done up, and Vim Janssen, I was cleaning my boots before the game, and Aberdeen boot, and Vim Janssen came in and said, would you sign for Celtic? I went, no. I said, I'm really happy in Dortmund. And Vim says, no, and Vim shut the door, you know. And he said, you sign? I went, no, listen, thanks very much. I said, I'm happy in the gym. He said, no, we'd like you to come. And I said, no, it's okay. No, I'm fine. So he left it at that. Nothing materialised, no problem. Started the season in Germany, everything goes good. We did well in the Champions League again. We have a really good time. My son takes another kind of fit and we played Parma. And I said, okay, I need to go back. Celtic had got me, were talking. I said, okay, let's go back. And then see what we can do there, see if we can be successful there. In the back of my mind, you had to challenge the 10 in a row thing, which was massive for Celtic's history. And the 10 in a row title was the hardest title to stop, without a doubt, because of the pressure on it and the team that you're up against and how quick them put our team together. I mean, one season, put that team together to stop that 10 in a row against Gaza, Laudrup, Coys, Ferry, Gorhams. That was the hardest title, without a doubt, to win.
I was going to say, Wim Janssen's my mum's double. Cleaning the old tempos. Done that a few times.
That was it. That's exactly what I was doing. I was cleaning my boots and the Nike tempos. That was it.
You weren't allowed to clean. You weren't allowed to clean over the white Nike sign. Do you remember that?
That's it. Aye, that's exactly it.
Standards.
That's what it is. That's it.
Brilliant. See, at that time, Rangers were obviously making high-profile signings. As you said, Gascoigne, Laudrup. Was there no interest for Rangers in such a high-profile player as yourself?
I don't know. See, I could win a lot of places. I could win to Besiktas as well. At that time, when you won the Champions League, it puts you on another level. It puts you there. It catapults you to a level that you think nobody can ever take that away from you. You know. So I think at that time, Simon, I think I could have played in any team, nothing in the face. It didn't matter who it was, because I was at that level and I didn't need to. I could choose whoever I wanted. Rangers was nothing that really went, I like to sign for Rangers, I like to sign that. No, I had to do it right for my son as well. I thought it was right for him. And we made that decision. And the first 2 games at Celtic was a catastrophic disaster for me. I couldn't think.
It's the one they'll defeat at Rangers, wasn't it?
Aye, because them put me on the bench and he said, listen, I know you do emotionally the game, the Parma game and things like that. And the Dortmund crowd, I never expected the Dortmund crowd to do what they done. Nobody left the stadium that last game and people were crying in my car and they draped my car over with big banners saying please don't go and things like that. It was horrendous. And the banners in the stadium, don't go Paul, and all these sort of things. I thought, and they signed my name for about, must have been 15 minutes before the end of the game.
Wow.
And I thought, geez, oh. And then at the end of the game, the guy came into his dressing room, Paul, you need to go back out, nobody's leaving the stadium, you know. And I went back out and there was thousands there were singing my name and I stood at the 18-yard box. I went, what am I doing? How can I leave this? I was up the stairs and I had to sign by midnight for the thing to go through, whatever it was. And I signed it and I came back to Celtic. I couldn't keep my backside for about a month because my head.
Were you in tears when you left Lambo?
Just a bit, yeah, because the range was incredible. I saw people crying in the stadium. We used to park the cars at the training ground, which was across the road through the stadium. And I went back to get my car at midnight. There was thousands there crying. I was like, this is incredible. This is. And they put a big banner over my car, please don't go, and it was terrible. It really was. And I thought, what am I doing? And I came back to Celtic and at that time, and you're right, the Rangers game, they beat us 1-0, and then Dunn put me in against Motherwell, and we lost again. I thought, I ain't playing anywhere near what I should be here. because my head was still in Dortmund, the emotion was just in Dortmund, what was going on. And I thought, no, going to happen. And then Celtic, the League Cup final. Yeah. And Vim came to me and said, listen, I'm not going to play in the cup final. I went, don't worry about it, no problem. I'm not playing well enough to play. Go with what you think. And hopefully the team win. I said, don't worry about it. I said, I know I'm not playing well is what I should be here. And then slowly, surely, the wheel started to turn, and the emotion thing started to leave, and everything like that sort of thing started to leave. And then I think the big turning point for me was the goal against Rangers.
So what I want to ask is, and I want you to be totally honest, did you know that Henrik was going to be as good as he was the first couple of weeks you were in there?
No. Listen, you've got to remember after maybe unbelievable strikers in Dortmund, we made them Sharpies there. So Muller, to say Andy Miller's the best player I've ever played with, without a doubt. And I just come into the place thinking, okay, I'm a Celtic. I've played at massive clubs before. It's no problem for me to step in here and play. It'd be easy for me here. So the only thing I had to do was find my feet. And Henrik, I knew wee bits with training and how he was. And I just viewed Henrik as a teammate like I did with other guys. So I never think with that. And when Henrik broke his leg, I was thinking Leon. I think he broke his leg in Leon. And then he did. I think he came back a better player after his leg break. I know that's a silly thing. Mm-hmm. I think he became back a better player without a doubt. And he seemed to be a yard quicker. He seemed to be jump higher than what he did. He seemed to became stronger. And me and him had a really good understanding of each other. I think the two appreciated each other's games, how they were. You asked me the question earlier, is it easy to play with great players? Yeah, and he was the same. Great player to play with.
How soon did you hit it off though? Because my abiding memory is when I first came into Celtic was you and him playing pool every morning.
I think we just clicked. I think the mentality was virtually the same of it. It was just one of the ones that I seemed to know what he was, sort of thing, and vice versa. You know what I mean? It was one of the kind of things. I had the same kind of rapport with Andy Miller, really. With Andy was in front of me, I could just knock it into him 1 and 2 touch. Henry would be the same. You know, I just knew. I think it was a lot of respect for each other. I think that was a big thing. There was a lot of respect for each other on the pitch.
Who won that pool? Because I remember you used to mark it as well. Who won it then?
I swear to God, that was unbelievable. Do you know I used to play Andy Miller at head tennis every morning, right, in the basement in Dortmund, right? And it became unbelievably competitive, proper competitive. And that pool became the exact same. And do you know what it was for? It was who made the coffee in the morning. And the two of us used to go, I can see if I lost, he'd be the same, he'd walk out making coffee in the morning. And me and Angie got dressed up. You remember the wee laundry room? That's where we used to make the tea. And it was every morning that was. I swear to God, every morning we used to go in there. But I think that was the pool we had with each other. And I think when you're kind of big players, that tends to feed off.
Right, I take it he won then, because you're not telling us who won.
Nah, listen, there's no name of one Swedish player's good at pool.
Angie was a hero, Lambo, wasn't she? I always remember you were in a room all the time. Angie was a hero, I loved her.
She was, God save, what a diamond. I swear to God, it's Jesus, what a woman she was with us. She was absolutely brilliant. You probably know yourself. She was brilliant, God rest her, you know. And I went out and saw her. I couldn't get to the funeral because of things here. But I went out and saw her and before she died, because I never knew. A real tragic that was.
Would you and John Clark ever wind each other up about the European medal? Go and get your meal.
No, do you know what, John? I think if I never won it, I think he would probably treat me a little bit different. Times what he do, and because I'd won it, and I never really broadcast it because it's, as I said before, it's just a memory. But nobody can ever say anything to you about not winning it. And I and John, all the Lisbon lines, you became like that sort of thing, you know. And even when I met Wee Jinky and all them guys, and Big Bully and all that, and great guys. With it, I think there was a mutual respect there. I think that's what it does to you. You get a lot of respect.
Amazing. You spoke about that goal, the 2-0 win over Rangers was a turning point. Would that be the best goal you scored for Celtic? It's a belter, wasn't it?
Do you know what? No, it wasn't. The best goal I scored, I think, for Celtic was it was probably the week after against Motherwell, and we drew one each at the third part, and had it from further out, and they had the top corner at Motherwell. But the Rangers game, the significance of the Rangers game was tenfold. If we hadn't won that game, I think we'd lost it. I think they'd have went on a run with it. And I think that night, the noise was deafening that night, you know. And as I said before, that the team that they had was an incredibly strong side. I mean, they had a mixture of hardness and brilliance with the guys that they had. What we had was an incredible team spirit and really, really good players to compete. Whether we had a squad big enough to do it, I wasn't so sure. If we get injuries, where they could have went, I don't know, McCoy Stewart or Negri in, or whoever, Gaza in, Ferguson or McCullough. So the Rangers team at that time was powerful. And that night, when Craig scored a really good goal, that night, I think Jackie played a brilliant ball and Craig scored. And I thought, right, if we can just keep this, if we get a clean sheet here, we'll win it. You know, and I knew then the title was starting to become a bit edgy what way it was going to go. And then the second one, obviously the one that comes, and I just thought I'm just going to hit this. But I knew since like my foot was in. I knew.
See, when you're saying that about the atmosphere being electrifying, even though you'd played for such great fans, is it still one of them that the first Celtic Rangers game, when you hear an atmosphere like that, it still takes you by surprise?
It didn't take you by surprise. It's the ferocity of it. It's ferocious, whereas it's just an absolute bang cauldron of noise, you know. And if you keep a cool head in them, you'll be all right. You know what I mean? You'll be fine. If you start to lose your emotion in that game, you can end up with a card. You're down to 10 men. Then the mayhem starts. So if you kind of keep a cool kind of base head, you get through them. But the noise of the thing is brilliant. And if you win them, it's brilliant. When you lose them, not so great. Mm-hmm. But when you win it, especially in that era, because that era was, we knew the tenor was hanging over us. We knew that. And I remember meeting some Celtic fans up in Glasgow and saying, just try and win this league. We need to throw this 10 in a row. This is horrendous. And the pressure on the guys was horrendous. It wasn't a nice pressure there, that's for sure.
The week before, you could have stopped the 10, conceded a late equaliser to Dunfermline. What was the squad's reaction to that? Did you try and keep everyone calm?
Dunfermline's stadium was terracing, and I don't think you could have fitted anybody else in that stadium in there. It was, honest to God, it was thousands in there, and it was jam packed. It was terracing. It was standing. It was an unbelievable atmosphere, and I think Henry put Simon to it. We Simon scored. Should think Dominic scored, and 1-0, and it was ballistic. The flags and that were going, and I thought, my God, because we knew Rangers had lost to Kilmarnock, and we knew if we'd won it on that day, we would have got it. And Simon scored, and then they put a long ball in for a free kick, and the boy heads it, and it looks to our goalie, and the deflation was like that. But we also knew we had one more chance at Parkhead, and it was just that moment, one more crack at home. I mean, you've took that at the start of the season, you'd have big your hand off it. You knew Rangers wouldn't falter many more times, I don't think, on that squad they had, you know.
Was that as nervy as a week you've had, that build up to that last game?
See, the build up to the last game, we Vim sent us home. We trained at Parkhead, and the training was horrendous. We were terrible, and the lads were arguing. And Vim stopped it. I think actually Murdo pulled everybody in and said, what he's doing is a disgrace, you're not performing and training's terrible. And Vim stepped in and says, listen lads, every shall go home. See you tomorrow. It was that bad. and everybody went home. I think it was maybe the Wednesday or the Thursday. They sent us home, and we came back in. I said, "I'll see you tomorrow." Another fresh mindset. We came back in, and then training went up again. It was great. It was buzzing around, and then I think after that, everybody knew that if we get the first goal on the Saturday, we were going to win it, and that's the way it went.
Is that where Wim Jansen was good? Just reading the players' body language and knowing what was needed?
Yeah, it was really calm. I mean, the guy who played in the World Cup final in '74, played in big games, played with big players, really calm guy. And I think that was a big moment in that week to say, "No, lads, not good enough. Don't worry about it. She's let her go home." And just sent everybody home. Can I never forget it? We trained at Celtic Park that day, and it was a bit mayhem the way it was going. And he went, "No, just go home and then see you next day, and hopefully we go and prepare the right way and win that title."
Brilliant. Just memories of the day in the celebrations. You know it's a good day when Brackback scores, didn't you?
Do you know Harold came with this great reputation. He scored so many goals for Rosenborg in the Champions League. And day was quick. I mean, really, he was built like that, Harold. nice kid as well, really nice guy. And scored a pivotal goal at that time. You've got to remember when the moments with the pressure on it, the support on it, and all eyes were on you, whether it was 50,000 at that time or whatever it was, you've got to score. And Harold tucked it in. And rightly for him, it was a nice lad who I thought took a wee bit unfair criticism with a lot of stuff. But that day, the noise that day was because one stand wasn't finished.
Behind the goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't finished, and the noise that day, with the pressure, you talk about pressure. That's why that day was the hardest for a few reasons. That day was the hardest because Celtic's 10 in a row history was massively at stake. And you're talking Jimmy Johnston, John Clark, Jockstein, Billy McNeil, go through them all. We had to try and protect all that for all the guys as well as having the pressure of, did you ever known as a team that lost 10 in a row? That would have happened, even though what happened before previous, these guys wouldn't have got any criticism. It would have been a team in '98 would have got mirrored for that because that was a team that never stopped the 10 in a row. Now, in this modern day era, the modern day Rangers players have got the exact same as what we've got, what we had. Are they good enough to do it? I'm not so sure.
See, although you'd only been there a year, would you be saying these things to the players?
I was always kind of calm anyway because of my experience in Dortmund, and I knew. I remember Van used to say to me, "If you see anything on the pitch, change it." So he gave me that, he gave me that responsibility because he knew that I'd probably been here and I could see things on the pitch. He said, "If you see anything because of the noise, you change it, you know." So he gave me that responsibility on these certain things at times, you know. So, which was great. I always kind of had a Larson had a cool head. I had a cool head. Jackie, Boydie, we're all calm. We were never really erratic. Most erratic one was probably Stefan May. Stefan was oh, for God's sake, a good guy, but pretty crazy guy at a certain time. But we were big players, but playing big games. You know, it wasn't as if we were like. Deal 50,000. We big players that could play in front of big games.
And Alan Stubbs was on here. He told us that the team spirit, as you mentioned as well, that was Thursday nights in the tune and that. But you wouldn't have been involved in that, would you?
I think, do you know, that's what was good about the whole place. We were incredibly strong dressing room, you know, and if everybody was out, we'd be fucking showing it. All the guys.
Brilliant.
You don't have that. I don't think you can have when you have a successful dressing room. You've got to go together with you thing. And so I think that was the first. Now that was my second cigar after the game, and I'll never forget Paul Lambert came into the dressing room after the game, and I was on the sit. I was maybe one or two others hanging around, and Paul came in, and he went, "Can I just shake your hand?" And I said, "Brilliant." He said, "Really happy," and he walked back out. Yeah, and Paul would say, It was, yeah, I think if you ask anybody, he was one of the greatest Celtic midfielders, without a doubt. And to get that from him was, as if to say, well done.
Amazing. Who'd you have a cigar with? Wim?
Do you know what? I don't know. Do you know what? I think there's a picture somewhere going around that I'm sitting with a big cigar. I said I never ever smoked these sort of things until I went to play in Germany. And one of the things, like, that's what wine does, you know, it gives you that platform to have that, you know.
So did you have any idea that Wim was going to leave? How did that go down with the players?
He told me before he was going. He told me, I think we went to Portugal, and he said, Paul, I'm going to go. And it went down ridiculous. Everybody thought, oh my God, we've just won the title here. We've beaten a really, really strong Rangers side. And he told us in Portugal, but he told me before he told the lads that he was going to leave, and I thought, oh my God, this could be a disaster here. And sure enough, he stuck to his word. He left, but again, he'll be forever known as the guy, the manager that stopped that 10 in a row, which was incredible.
Do you think if he stayed, Celtic could have went on and won 2 and 3, 4 in a row?
Yeah, he'd have needed help for the upstairs to make us better, because I think we would still fall short in Europe. Without a doubt, the team wasn't strong enough for Europe, and everybody wants Europe. Everybody wants it. We were a really good side against that, and Rangers were going to change as well. They were going to change, so the team needed help, and whether he was going to get that, I'm not so sure.
What did Dr. Joe know of that Wim had?
Do you know what? I thought it was looking back, an incredibly tough situation for Joseph. I mean, he was a lovely guy, really nice guy. I think he came and tried his best to keep the fortunes there. We weren't strong. We didn't really invest. We didn't really kick on as a team or as a club. But what he did do was he told me one day, we were doing a Cameron House, and he said, "Have you ever heard of the guy Lubo Mandavchik?" And I went, "No." He said, "He played with Duisburg." He said, "The time you were in Germany." I said, "Joseph, I've never heard of him." I said, I don't know. He said, he's 33. He said, "I'm going to bring him." I said, "Oh, you're the manager. Hopefully it works." And Lubo's first game was against Rangers. He scores 2. And my God, he's one of the most two-footed players that I saw. And where I asked the question is, where was Lubo when he was 25 and 26 and 24? And why did he never have the heights that his ability should have been? Because he came to us and the wee guy was absolutely fabulous with both feet. Both feet, you couldn't tell what was his strongest foot. The only thing he tested was a dude running from a little bit.
I was going to say that.
Which is, yeah, but my God, you're talking about ability.
Remember he sat on the ball?
Aye.
Brilliant.
I was telling that story the other week there. Somebody, he took the corner for the right and he took it for the left. And he came back and he tapped to his backside. Brilliant. Absolutely. I mean, he scored a goal at Easter Road one day that, my God, I was right behind it. We took a short free kick. I mean, that ball just, it was like an arrow, you know. Terrific player. Yeah.
See, when John Barnes came in, were you a wee bit excited? Obviously, massive name, young up-and-coming manager. Or were you a wee bit worried to fade it off?
The only thing gave me concern would be I don't think anybody can ever underestimate the power of Celtic. You can't underestimate it. It needed somebody big to handle the club, I think, the size of it, and knew what the club was around. It needed a big manager. I'm not sure whether John realised of it. But to be fair, I think his first 8 games won 8. We were right in it. And then myself and Henry got injured with it at the same time. And then me and Henry were at the Inverness game. And then it kicked off from there. And we thought, I'm not sure he's going to survive this, you know. And I think the job was at that moment no right. It needed a big personality at that time to take on Rangers as well.
I think it was Alan Stubbs that said on here his man management wasn't great. Would you have went along with that?
I think it's because it's inexperience.
Yeah.
I think inexperience is a dangerous thing when you get into a huge football club. In any club, do you remember when you put your football boots away, Management's a totally different game. There's a great saying by Brian Clough. Everybody thinks when they retire and take their football boots off, they can manage. You tend to find there's a lot more difference than that than just going into a dressing room and saying, okay, we do this, we do this, we do this. It never worked. So the club was the size. I knew the size of the club. I thought the club was playing dangerously with these sort of things.
That season you lost your teeth.
Yeah.
You take Burnley in the team photo together.
Do you know the reason? The reason, funny enough, I met Gilby when he was up at Motherwell, and we trying to think, we lost 4-2. I think we won 2-0 at the time. But Gilby was a bag of nails that day. And I remember somebody had a shot, and the ball was going miles by into Celtic, and he dived outside his post and caught. I said, Gilby, calm down. I said, sorry, but his nerves are away. And I said, you know the reason I lost my teeth, Gilby? Because you were having an absolute shiter, and Albert was going to hit it, and I knew if he hit it, he was going to score. I had to try and block it. I blame that bump that he done that, and but hey, you go back to the Rangers games, it was shit must. You've got to win. You have to win games against them. You have to win titles against them. That's the nature of the Glasgow Bowl up there, the Goldfish Bowl. You have to win. That's what I really expect for Celtic players, because you have to go and play in front of that every single time.
Well, the sacking was obviously, you said the Inverness game. Was the atmosphere toxic around the place at the time? Was Big Viduka, was he off on one of her?
Well, Big Mar was a fabulous player. So, I mean, he was a brilliant striker to play with. I thought him and Larson are brilliant. Viduka. People can say how they want to say about being lazy or whatever, but I tell you what, skill level phenomenal. And that night, Henry and I were injured, and we came down to stay at half time or full time, and we had this rollicking, getting in the dressing room, it wasn't your place to go into a dressing room. We weren't playing, we weren't fit. And it wasn't until the next day, I think one of the newspapers had a cartoon of it, what actually stage by stage what happened in the dressing room, So we thought, I think we did a get together after and said, what the hell, what's going on? It's just leaking out here. Right? They've got it word for what was happening in this dressing room. So what's somebody speaking out of turn here? And we tried to nail it, what had happened, and Big Mark took his shirt off, whatever it was, and Goldie got involved, and it was mayhem. And that's when you know it's broken. You know it's not going to come back. And then obviously Kenny took over for the remainder of the season with John. But you knew there was something wrong in the dressing room because you could hear it.
You wouldn't want to punch off Big Viduka, would you? He's a big boy, eh?
He's a big lad, Big man, but tell you what, incredible football, great striker.
Right, you're saying that you need a big name, a big personality to come and manage Celtic. Was he the perfect man to come, Martin O'Neill, at that time?
Oh, without a doubt, 1,000,000%. We needed a manager and somebody to run the club, without a doubt, to pull the club together, and he came in. And I'll never forget his first meeting with it. He knew we needed strengthening, without a doubt. And then his first meeting, I'll never forget his first meeting, he had this old kind of the little lounge, remember, just off the dressing room, the lounge in there. And he pulled everybody in, and we finished 21 points against Rangers, which was diabolical. It was never good enough. We weren't good enough. That was the bottom line. And people can dress up how they want. The bottom line, we weren't good enough. And we needed better players to help. We had to get rid of the not so good ones, to be brutally honest. And they came in and for a couple of reasons, because the club demanded success. The club had to have success. Was your present squad good enough to do it? No. A few of the lads were, but they needed help. And he came in and he said, well, tell me what happened last season. We're not good enough. 21 points behind Rangers was nowhere near good enough. And I'll never forget it. He said, I'll tell you what. He said, I'm going to keep the better ones at the club, and I'll bring better ones in to help you. The rest of you might struggle. And that's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. And as soon as he said it, I thought, we've got one here. This guy could help us here. And him and Robbo and Wally came in, and were absolutely brilliant for that club at that time. To take on a dominant Rangers force as well, with Advocat either, to do it, because they were spending big as well. And what turned that season for me was the 6-2 game. That's what turned it, and then the whole pendulum swung in our favour. And then we became the dominant force for that few years with it. So, but without a doubt, we needed somebody not to take any shit. Somebody to lead us, to use that feeling of this is what's going to happen, lads. And it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
I remember you and him were proper tight. Like, did he take to you straight away?
He was always giving me. I think the respect level. I think that was the thing. It was the respect level, and he knew I would never hide on the pitch. I wouldn't hide off the pitch. I was a captain of the club when Boydie started to leave it. So I think there was a mutual respect there. I think as well. I think again I say that the Champions League catapults you into that thing. He'd done it himself. The gaffer, he'd done it himself.
And what was it? Just a mentality of wanting to win? Because I remember watching you training, and then every day was like a World Cup final, wasn't it? That's
what it should be. That's like Mr. Dortmund was. For me, I was used to this. You have to make training brutal to make the game easy on a Saturday. So that's why we viewed it, and I hated, and I'm pretty sure everybody else was the same. I hated when training was slack. I hated when things weren't right. I couldn't go up. It just wasn't a standard that we should have been hitting. We had to be bang on our money all the time, and if the training wasn't good, then people get their fingers pointed. You probably come up with us a few times and probably went, Jesus, this is a bit crazy. This
and absolutely folded. How did he get that aura around him? Like, how come there was that fear factor? Well, what was it? Just the wee quirks, the wee strange things you had about him.
I think there was a few things. I mean, I think there's a massive respect for everybody because of what he'd done as a player as well, and what he was doing at Leicester as well, and things like that. So there was that respect, instant respect. But the way he came in and his persona with everybody and how he looked after us. By the way, he would tell me if you want to do that. That was in fact, was that people used to say to me, did he give you Rollikins? No, he never. Because the team won. He never really gave anybody a Rollikin. I've never seen the gaffer. That'd be by Joy. The one at hand, it's well documented. He put by Joy on his backside, but he quite rightly so, because you can't have a player wanting to dictate to you, And John would probably say that yourself. So, but you can't having a go. Most people, the gaffer never. He was, because we won it, and yeah, he would have a wee, but nothing would be of. The only thing I would say would be, I remember we played. I think we played Rangers Liverpool in a row, and I played against Rangers at Hampden, and it was a really good game, whatever it was. And he left me out in the Liverpool game at Parkhead, and Rommel came to me the night before it. The night of the game, and he said, "Lambo," said the gaffer. I said, "Sorry, Rob, I'll go and see him." And I knew it was coming, and I just opened his door, and he went, "Bombs." I went, "Gavin, don't worry about it. Forget it. Let's go and win the game." Henry came back for his goal. John scored the goal. I think it was 1-0, one each. We played Rangers again at Parkhead on Saturday. I think we beat them, and I did a really good game. Then we were playing Liverpool at Anfield. He said, "I need to see you before the game at Anfield." And I went, "See if it's about laying out against Liverpool at Parkhead." I said, "Don't worry about it, Gavin." I said, "I'm used to big time football. Don't worry about it." And he went, "No, I appreciate it." And I never ever get in an argument with my trough or leaving out. That was his job. His job was difficult enough without leaving me out or the game at Liverpool. And we played Liverpool, beat them 2-0 at Anfield. And he said, "I need to see you the following day." I said, "I can't." I said, "My daughter's getting born after." He said, "We're waking up to Inverness." He said, "I'll tell you what, son," he says, "don't bother coming out to Inverness." He said, "Make sure your daughter's all right." I went, "Brilliant, Gavin." He said, "I'll see you." So my daughter was born, and I was leaving the hospital. And I was driving the back, and I heard, and here's the score from Inverness 2, Celtic 0 or something. I went, Jesus Christ, lads have been beat. Get to park in the morning, the gaffer's walking down the corridor, and I was just about to say morning. I thought he was going to say, how's your kid? I went, morning, right by me, I went, right. But it was brilliant, because then a day later, he'd say, how's the wee one, how's everything all right, and all that. But it was just his aura that he had, and listen, great managers have got that, and he was certainly great, or still is a great manager.
But what was it about that team? Because even like when Barcelona used to come, like see being a young kid, that we would always talk and be like, we'll probably beat Barcelona tonight at Celtic Park.
Yeah.
What was that?
Because I think the expectancy level quite rightly hangs over the club. That's why.
But also because we knew how good the players you were as well.
We that's what I'm saying. We big players win you trophies. Big players do the right things. Big players know how to win, and that's what happens. They marshal the dressing room. They look after everything. They point the finger when it's not going right. And you're right. You're saying about the treble. The treble era was an era where it didn't matter who came to Parkhead, Juve, Porto, or Rosenborg, or Stuttgart, Valencia. Thought it turned over because the atmosphere in the stadium, the players on the pitch that took no nonsense with it, and you left a marker. You leave your marker on the game. You don't go there and you're a shrinking violet and go, do you know what? This is great to play against Valencia or Bayern or whoever. You want to go and win because the Celtic support demanded it. And I think when you're a player there, I'm pretty sure as a manager, you have to win. You have to win no matter, because when that rubbish that people want to write about you up there or talk about you is vast. So you have to win.
How did you find captaining a guy like Sutton? Because did he know he used to say before games, "Oh, we're going to get beat here today"? Now,
do you know? Somebody could have told me it was dark outside, and I wouldn't believe him. You know, I didn't bother with that, because, as I said before, I was at the highest level of Europe. For me, it was not an issue. I heard somebody talk, whatever, and it was not a problem. It was part of the banter. Was it my kind of banter? No, probably wasn't. But everybody going well, do you know what I mean? My thing was always wanted to win. And I wanted to. The biggest regret I've ever got is no winning the UEFA Cup. And I don't have too many regrets in football, but that's the biggest one. Cause it'd be nice to have 2 European medals or winners' medals, but that's. I think the support deserved it as well, but we never turned up. That's all.
We'll start at Blackburn. Remember Souness saying "men against boys."
Yeah.
Was that something that was used?
Dangerous game, man. Dangerous game. But, again, I think if you ask people who've been part of an old firm era, whatever era it is, because every era is different. Number one, you have to be a big player. Number two, you have to be prepared for criticism and scrutiny in your life. 3, you have to stand up to the old firm, which is incredible. I think one time we played Rangers, might have been 6 times a season with the Cups. The old firm games are excruciating at certain times. So anybody who's been involved with old firm know what it's like to play for the club. You might think, well, it's playing up in Scotland and all those sort of things. But I'll tell you what, you have to be a big player to wear the jersey, that's for sure, because the criticism can be severe. And I think Graham probably, Blackburn, to be fair to them, are better than us at Parkhead, and we never get going at all. We went into Blackburn, but what I always felt with the Celtic team, we could always score away from home, always. We headache on these sort of form and all that. We'd always look at scoring away from home, and I always felt if we scored back in it, the same at Anfield, exact same.
Yeah.
We could always score. Didn't matter what ground we went, I think we could always score.
One of my favourite stories I've heard on here, Petrov was on saying that before the Liverpool game, they were playing with a 3 in the middle of the pitch, and you were playing with a 3, and you pulled the other 2 and says, you take him, and I'll take Gerrard. That right?
Yeah, I think it was Stan that says that story. Is it Stan?
Stan told that story on here. I love that.
And I think that when you're in that midfield environment, and obviously it's 3 against 3 in there, and just the way it was and the way the game was transpiring, I thought, well, if we take care of each individual here, let's see what Liverpool have got as well. Liverpool a great side at that time as well. But again, it wasn't nothing I don't think we were ever phased by it, you know. I'm not speaking personally, but I'm pretty sure Stirling and Lenny and that they boys would have praised it as well. They were great. That was another great midfield three to play, Lennon and Petrov. Absolutely brilliant. And for anybody to beat us had to be really on their A game as well. No many teams did turn us over, you know, in that era. You know, they were so strong. It was incredible.
See, even though you were that age, like coming to the end of your career, did you still fancy yourself against anyone on your day ahead?
Always do. I always did. Because of what had happened in Dortmund. You asked me what changed. The whole mentality changed. The whole mindset changed. It didn't matter who I was playing against, didn't matter what I was up against. It didn't faze me who was going to play. Did I look at anybody in the tunnel? Nah, not really. Because I knew more than level, more than ability that I could handle it. I could handle my own. That'd be absolutely no problem for me. So but even when playing with Lenny and Stirling and Tom and Didi, it was a strong midfield five at that time. It was an incredibly strong Celtic team with great ability.
What about standout moment on the road to Seville? No, take the final away. What's your standout moment?
I would say Anfield. I would say the Anfield result was huge for us because that night was incredible, an incredible support down there at Celtic, and the way we'd done it, I think was great. Because everybody thought, well, Liverpool got their way goal, they're going to be strong at Anfield. But you can never ever underestimate Celtic. Never could, just because of the tradition and the history of score. And at that time, I'll say it again. They were a match for most teams, without a doubt. Just a match. We just never, as I say, won the day game at Seville, and that's what ultimately cost us.
Did Martin O'Neill ever give an inspirational team talk, or throughout the whole time was it just come in, read the 11 names, and walk out?
He done that a lot of time because the team picked itself. I think the one at Anfield, I think he was very good, knowing, listen lads, you're good enough to get a goal here. And that gave us a belief as well. But it was very, very, wasn't too many words from the guy before we went out, because he had the point with one or two words that could hit us. And then you think, you know what, I'm going, you're in for a wall for him. That's the way his management was. You would think, I'm going to run for a wall for this guy. And because he was great with us. And
then it was after when you won, he'd always grab you. You could obviously tell there was some inspirational words. When you won games, I always remember him grabbing you and saying stuff in your ears.
He could make you feel like Pelé. So I remember making a tackle on he first came. I remember making a tackle. He played West Ham at Parkhead. I think it was his first year. And Decano had the ball in the corner flying. All I've done is make a tackle and I played a 5-yard pass. That was all done. And I came in at half time. Well, at the end of the game, he looked over his glasses. He went, "You son." He said, "You." He said, "That was absolutely brilliant." I'm thinking, what's he talking about? He said, "The tackle and the 5-yard pass." Normal that is, but it made you feel like that, you know, as if you've done something really, really brilliant there, you know. And I think it got to a stage where, with Gaffer never shouted NT either. Yeah. Must be doing all right. Aye, must be doing all right, don't I?
Obviously, do you think the Kilmarnock game kind of hung over you before Seville?
No, I don't, because I think the Kilmarnock game we were outstanding. We absolutely flew the traps. The atmosphere in the stadium was incredible. We flew the traps. We did great. We got a few goals up, and then I think you can correct me from wrong here. I think Tomo scored a penalty, missed a penalty.
Yeah, he scored one and then missed one. That's right.
Aye, and sometimes you kind of know how another team's doing. You don't hear a noise from other supporters. Whether Rangers scored 6 or whatever it was, could Celtic and Rangers that year score 6 or 7 goals against anybody? They could have, absolutely. The two teams were really, really good, and especially being at home at Parkhead or rivals, that was feasible. That can happen. Now, if the two teams had to go head to head and score an avalanche of goals, yeah, I can see it happening. Did Kilmarnock lie down? No, they never. They get turned over by a good Rangers side. Did we do enough to beat Kilmarnock? We done enough to beat them.
Yeah.
We just didn't score as many as what we tried. But we gave it. I remember we had an incredible hard game, obviously, in Seville, and then the hangover for that, the emotion of that, affected it. It probably affected everybody. Subconsciously, it affected everybody.
See, just on Seville, Lambert, like with Martin O'Neill, he's never done shape of it. Was that not a done thing back then?
Good players don't make it. That's the secret. Everybody knows. You've got to remember that the guy first came in and he's actually taken, I don't know, maybe 18 internationals. So the footballers now want to get handball to learn things. Yeah, in our era, we could play the game. Did I win the Champions League by getting shape and all that? No, I knew the game. I knew the game as an individual, and I played with great players, and everything follows suit. And people talk about that, doing shape and that. I think people hide behind that to make an excuse for when things don't go right. I've never done shape. Or, hang on a minute. If you don't pass the 80B, then you've got a problem.
Yeah.
In the first place, And so great players fit into any role. Without a doubt. I mean, that goes without saying.
But did you watch Porto? Like, did you know the philosophy with Jose Mourinho? They win at all costs. They will go down easily. Did you know all this before the game?
You knew, yeah. I think you knew that anyway. I mean, I played against a few Portuguese teams. I played against the national team as well. So I knew they type of players are technical and very clever. And that Porto side that he had, to be fair, were a right good side, really good side. As I say, we just never turned up to win that,
How soon into the game could you tell we're not on it today?
I didn't think the fluency was there right for the off. I know Henry done brilliant, the 2 goals. I don't think we were the way we were in the previous times. I don't think we were as fluid. But again, the heat was excruciating. The pitch was terrible. The grass wasn't great. It was like a new laid pitch, and you could still see the seams on the grass, the turf. But the heat was absolutely incredible. And I just don't think we brought a league in. And I think we've got to be realistic of it. That I just think we fell short.
But see, when you're saying that, trying to get your flow going, and they're play acting quite a bit, does that hinder you trying to get your game going?
Do you know what? No, because I think when you're an international player, you go to all different countries, you get used to it, so you have to go, okay, it's part of their game. Yeah, the time wasted when they score, they run maybe 5 miles behind the goal to celebrate. You think, Jesus Christ, come on, referee, do something here to pull them back. But I guess they were professional, so if they wanted to run 5 miles behind the goal and celebrate, they done it. You know what I mean? If they wanted to roll around and the goalkeeper make a save or roll around, they done it. It's a professional sport. It's not somebody you want a fair player award to say, listen, we lost a European final, we got the fair player award.
Yeah.
You don't want that,
Just last question on Seville. Obviously, you said you played in some big games and some big atmospheres, but it must have been some sight walking out and seeing all the Celtic fans in that stadium.
That stadium wasn't big enough. It was nowhere near big enough to hold it. And I thought that at the time when we trained in it, I thought, this isn't big enough to hold us. That was 80,000 Celtic fans going over there was incredible. Why do you pick a stadium that only holds 50,000 when you know Celtic gets 60,000 every single week? Why? Where is the logic in that? Who made that stadium? I'm not saying it's not a nice stadium. What I'm saying is it's not big enough to hold that football club, because the football club is huge. But the green and white that night was unbelievable. I'll say it's an absolute brilliant club. It really is a brilliant club.
Mm-hmm. See, for the high winning it in the dressing room, how hard is the low of losing it? How hard is that dressing room after the game?
It's horrendous. You go in there and what does the gaffer say? What does players say? You walk out with a loser's medal. Nobody gives a toss about losers' medals. When you lose a final, you lose. Okay, we appeared in a European final. But you don't get talked about in a European final for losing. You talk about when you actually win, and that's where there's a little bit of a regret there where we never done it, because you'd love to have done it. The 10 in a row thing and all these sort of things was incredibly, as I said, go back to it was the history of the club. That would have been another bit of history to add to the great Lisbon Lions team and the history of the football club. We fell short, but in my time there, what we're really proud of was Stoke 10 in a row. And now the current Rangers team have got the same pressure that we've got. That they have to handle that pressure that we had all the years ago, and hopefully the current guys going to the job.
Right, just the last couple of years, Lambo. Yeah. Great satisfaction being able to lift the league trophy again in 2003, 2004.
Brilliant, because the way the dominance of the club was and the way we were playing, it didn't matter where we went. As I said to you, it was like roll on game, roll on again, roll again, roll again, roll again. And it's not just winning it one time, it's going to do it again and going to do it again. When the pressure's always there, that's what Celtic gives you. So I think the 2003 and 4, we virtually came unstoppable, that's for sure.
How hard was it in your final couple of years when you weren't playing as much? Obviously, knowing the mentality that you've got, that was tough for you to sit and watch.
Do you know what, Simon? No, it wasn't. I hurt my ankle against I trained with you guys. I don't know if you were there. I trained, and it was a Sunday, I'll never forget it, my last year. And Betty Rose asked Tommy Burns, God rest him, asked me to come out of retirement for the national team. And I said, I'm not so sure I want to do it. And they talked me around, which I don't regret one bit. And my last year, I think I was training with you guys, I was getting old, I was getting 34, 35. And we trained at Barrowfield, and it was a roasting hot day. And I remember playing 1-2. My ankle came down on the ground, and I had the hard ground, and I had a jar there, you know. And I went to Scotland, and they were playing Sunday at Hampden, and it was a double header. They were playing Sunday at Hampden, and I said to Bertie, I'm not sure about my ankle here. He said, what do you think for the midweek game against Germany? I went, we'll try it. And trained it, and David Day got a little bit better. And then I went with the physio, and he says, right, get it a go. I said, I'll get it a go. Anyway, strapped it up. I said, right, we'll give it a go for the game. Balak tackled me in the game, and he twisted my ankle again. And I thought, nah, this is gone, this is not right. So I goes back to Celtic, and they goes for the scans and all that, can't see nothing. So there's definitely something not right there. I can feel it. This went on for 12 weeks, 3 months this went on for. Still couldn't find a problem. I had all the scans and all that. And I went to a doctor in London, and he said to me, Paul, he said, how are you feeling? I went, do you know what? I feel not too bad. It's funny, it's the best it's felt. He said, you should be in a plaster cast. There's a wee floating bone in your ankle. It's just chipped off in it. And what it did, it lodged itself in my ankle joint.
Right.
And it's probably still in there to this day. And it dislodged itself. I said, it's funny, I actually feel a lot better. I came back and I played against somebody at Aberdeen at Parkhead. The guy went by me. And I thought, nah, that wouldn't have happened to me a year ago. Time's up. And that was it. That I knew right away then. I knew right away when I couldn't make the turn that I used to have. I was taking maybe a second more to turn than what I should. And I thought, nah, that's over. And I knew
what was the thinking about coming and playing with the reserves? Like, obviously, the guy in career that you'd had, couldn't believe it. You actually wanted to come and play with the reserves, because most of the first team players used to hate playing with the reserves. Most of them would come down and not even try a leg, but you at 5 would come down and run about, scream. And what was the thinking there? Just to keep playing football?
To keep that and bring youth on. I think that was important. Trying to help youth where young guys are starting off the bottom of the ladder. I had my time when came and gone, and maybe try and install what it's like to win all the time and having to win all the time. Because you guys might have went on to have a career at Celtic playing first team. Would you get away with a season with mediocrity? No, you wouldn't have. Would you get a season of no winning things? You wouldn't have got away with it, because the club instigates several place there has to win. So whether I was playing to help you guys or or try to prolong my career. I didn't want to prolong my career. I knew it was finished in the last year, and the gaffer was great with that. And Kenny and Danny were great. I said, I'll come and help the younger guys, and they were brilliant. And well, you know what? I never treated the reserves any different from the way I treated the first team. It was always, you have to win, and you guys have to learn. If you've never done it, then you'd probably get a rollicking for not doing it the same as myself.
The only guy that would get away with forgetting a Champions League winner and club captain's name, Danny McGrain. What am I?
You know what? I've let my way with it because, do you know, it's funny because I used to say to people, I said, how was McGrain world class? And everybody I asked, right, everybody, even from my dad and all that, I said, Danny McGrain, what do you think? And everybody you speak to, everybody turns around and said, world class. And I was talking to Eddie Gray at Leeds a while back. I was talking to Danny and all that. I said, what do you think of McGrain? And he went off, world class. And you think, all right, I'll wait for forgetting my name, Danny, for once, all right? It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. What a player, what a player.
Last question, Lam. How do you look back on all?
How do I look back on it? Well, so I'm the mindset of, when you look back, people don't care. It's what happened going forward. What it has done is given me unbelievable highs, moments, incredible time coming from a small part in Scotland to win the biggest honour in the game. You think, well, I must have done all right. You meet new friends in Germany and still have an association with guys in Germany, the club. Celtic era, I know, asking me, don't be a stranger, always come back. I think I've never been back to Parkhead once to watch a game because I don't want to be. Because I never ever want to be known as a guy that just floats about the club and hangs on to it. And the guys that now do a great job with the team and the team's doing great and all that. I've only ever been back once to watch a game. It'd be really nice to go back at times. I know Peter asked me to go back a few times, don't be a stranger and all that. And I'm going there with Peter. And maybe one day I might go back and see what it's like. But brilliant time, and I know how hard it is to play there. And that's why I've got the greatest respect for guys that play there and guys who get criticised week in, week out, they don't perform. But my own time, absolutely loved it. Would I have changed it? Nah. I only have one regret in football, and that's not winning that UEFA Cup. Everything else, I would never regret.
Do you still think about that, Seville? Quite a lot.
Losing the damn thing, aye. Losing it is, aye, because to be the captain of a European team at Celtic to have won it. No, listen, that's a bit selfish. That part of a team not to win the UEFA Cup was the most galling thing. But everything else did we stop one of the hardest titles to win ever? The 10 in a row one because of what was at stake? Absolutely. And what they guys done, that team that I played was incredible as well. That was an incredible moment to have done. But I look back on it and think, yeah, brilliant time as a footballer, yeah.
You never won the UEFA Cup, but you won the Reserve League with us, mate, so well done.
Did you keep my medal?
I think you just chucked it, mate. I picked it up.
Did you get the bonus that day? Did you get the bonus?
The £5 bonus, man. I got to kiss Danny McGrain, that's enough for me.
Oh, you're listening, that would have been great, that, wasn't it? McGrain.
Lambo, what a man. Hero.
All right, brilliant. Always good.
Cheers.